Just remember, Durst is the worst.
Durst the worst, bitch. What's up, boys? How you doing? Look at this sea of warriors and patriots. I love it. Hey, all you boys over there, come over here. Come off the front lines. You're gonna want to hear this. Where my Proud Boys at? I said, where my Proud Boys at? That's right. Where's all my Irish boys and girls at? Where my massholes at? Oh, you bunch of fucking massholes. Make sure you put your trash in the garbage. Alright, the trash in the garbage, over there. Listen, guys, I want to thank all of you for coming out here. This is how we make events like this happen. I know many of you traveled from different states. Many of you drove many hours to get here. I myself came from the West Coast, flew 9 hours to be here and to give this speech, to be here and support you guys. And I hope one day you'll all come over to the West Coast and support us over there in the neo-Marxist hellhole that's known as the Bay Area. Tommy for you. That's it. So, I wanted to start off, so since we're here in Boston, I wanted to talk a little bit about an event that went down here December 16th, 1773. Boston Tea Party. I'm sure there's many of you that might have had an ancestor or one of your forefathers that were a part of this. I personally have traced my lineage, and I do have an ancestor that was part of the Boston Tea Party. What happened that day is men rose up against the oppression of the crown for an unfair taxation. These men possessed the warrior spirit, the bravery, and the courage necessary for the preservation or to create our free republic. They kicked it off that day. Let's hear it for our ancestors that gave us this free republic. Sorry guys, I gotta have notes here. I'm a little unprepared. This was kind of last minute. Bear with me. So, as I was saying, the Sons of Liberty descended on the Boston Harbor, snuck onto a boat, and dumped tons of tea into the harbor of Boston. This happened successive times since then, or during that time, and over $1 million of tea at that time was dumped into the Boston Harbor. And what they did is that one act inspired other people to rebel against the crown. And I like to think that the valor myself and others showed at the Battle of Berkeley, May 4th, has helped inspire many people to come out, many people like you to come out and start to stand up against tyranny, to start to fight and show these people, show our government, and show these communists over here that America has not lost the warrior spirit. We were once warriors, and warriors again we are! We are not Germany, and we are not France, and we will not lay down and let these people take our country from us. So our ancestors secured this republic, or helped kick off the revolution that gave us our constitutional republic. And we did well for a while. We had a great free republic for a long time. And then something happened. Something in 1913 happened. What happened in 1913? The Federal Reserve and the 16th Amendment federal income tax.
Taxation stop.
That's when we began to lose our constitutional republic again. We allowed the bankers, I believe it was for the third time, to come in and steal away our freedom, steal away our government, our constitutional government, and dictate our monetary policy and our economic policies.
Andrew Jackson for the day.
Andrew Jackson, baby. Let's hear it for Andrew Jackson. You want to talk about a lawyer? You want to talk about a patriot? Boy, if we had 100 Andrew Jacksons, we could take this government over right now, let me tell you. In the Fed, baby. That's what I wanted to get around to. So the Federal Reserve has destroyed our economy repeatedly. Since its inception in 1913, we need to audit the Federal Reserve. We need to back Rand Paul and get this bill passed through Congress to audit the Federal Reserve. And after we're done auditing the Federal Reserve, we need to abolish the Federal Reserve. We need to take back our country. The bankers have stolen it from us. The bankers are the most evil, demonic cabal of sons of bitches this world has ever seen. They all need to be hung from nooses.
Hang him in the Boston Common. Make torn feathery great again.
So who are the bankers? Who are these people?
Hillary Clinton.
George Soros, yes. The bankers are the globalists, guys. They're the ones at the top of the pyramid. They're the ones that are starting all the wars. People like George Soros, he crashed the British economy, crashed the pound, manipulated the money over there. He overthrew the Ukraine. He's been overthrowing governments and messing up governments and destroying republics for a long time now. So there's another thing that this guy, George Soros, does. What else does he do?
He funds Antifa.
He funds Antifa.
Yeah.
And that's how he's trying to overthrow this country now. The funding of groups like this. These groups are getting bigger. They have a foothold in Europe. They don't have a foothold here yet. We need to put our foot down and take a stand and make sure these sons of bitches don't get a foothold like they have in Europe. We need to crush them. We need to demoralize them. And we will, and we have been. And we will continue to do that. And I will be there. I will back you guys. I hope you will back me in my cause to raise awareness about Antifa and communism, because that's all they are. They are not anti-fascists. These are communists. These are communists. These are the foot soldiers, the street thugs of the Communist Party, and the Communist Party in the United States of America is the Democrat Party. They have all become communists at this point. So these kids, these Antifa kids. So if you guys didn't know, that this started off in Germany, and they were basically the street thugs for the Communist Party in Germany. And they would fight against the nationalists in the streets in the 1920s and 1930s, and they changed their name to anti-fascist to give themselves sort of a noble sound, right? Like, oh, we're gonna fight fascism. So yeah, these aren't fascists, or anti-fascists, guys. These are straight up, dyed-in-the-wool communists. All right, let's not make any bones about that. So primarily here in the United States and even in Europe, these communists are made up out of what? A bunch of spoiled fucking white kids.
Trust fund commies.
Trust fund commies. Most of them haven't known any adversity in their lives. They're living in basements, and you know, they got a credit card that their parents paid for every time. And so they're a bunch of these little punk-ass white kids, but they want to destroy Western civilization, which their ancestors built. What kind of inverted logic is that? You want to destroy the very civilization that your ancestors fought and died for. There's a reason why these people think the way they do. They are being indoctrinated. They have been indoctrinated since very young, since they were in elementary school, that white are the evil people. Fear the evil white boogeyman. Right? That the white man has his boot on the neck of every minority out there, and that they somehow have to right the wrongs of their ancestors. This is nonsense, people. This is bullshit. What they're trying to do is if they're trying to destroy Western civilization. And to do that, they're going after whites. And what they want to do is after the Western civilization is destroyed, upon its ashes, they want to build a communist dystopia. A horrible country with no freedoms, no rights, no private property, nothing. So we have to fight back on this, and we should not be afraid to call them out on this subject. That the constant indoctrination of these kids, trying to get them to hate Western civilization, hate white people, it's got to stop. We have to address this within our schools. We have to address this within our universities. We have to stop it. We can't be afraid to speak out about it anymore. It's too obvious. It's happening all around us. It's undeniable at this point. They're teaching white privilege in colleges now. It's terrible. So we're going to push back on it. How do you guys feel about that? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, guys. So once again, we are going to demoralize them. Can I get a hoo-yah for that? Hoo-yah! We are going to humiliate them. Hoo-yah! We are going to destroy them. Hoo-yah! And what do we stand for? I'm going to tell you guys what we stand for. We stand for freedom. Our cause is righteous. We stand for liberty. And we stand for justice. We stand for liberty. I want to hear liberty from you guys. Oh, no, you know, I don't want to hear. I want to hear freedom. What do we stand for? Freedom. What do we stand for? Freedom. What do we stand for? Freedom. That's right, baby. Thank you, guys.
Well, there you go. Along with the stick man.
Always remember, Durst is the worst.
Subscribe, bitch!